The Dark Knight Rises is the last movie of the trilogy of Batman, in which 8 years have passed since Batman disappeared in the shadows and went from being a superhero to be a fugitive of the justice. By taking all the blame of the death of the district attorney Harvey Dent, Bruce Wayne decides to sacrifice everything in the same way that Sheriff Gordon. All this for a greater good for the citizens. This light worked for a time, because the crime of Gotham City was really controlled. But the thing changed when, after a series of mysterious plans, the attention of Batman is catched by a new and astute delinquent who appears. Her name is Gatubela. However, security of city is strained with the appearance of Bane, a masked terrorist who puts Gotham City into a terrible danger and makes that Batman returns for his voluntary exile. Even the time has passed, Bruce Wayne risks everything to save the people of the city of their total destruction. And although looks like the hero won't arrive in time, at the end, in a great and unbelievable feat, he attains finish with the threat of Gotham City. This movie is the perfect end for the cliffhanger movies of Batman Begins and Batman the Dark Knight. It's a real thriller movie to enjoy the story of a simple man who transforms into a hero even being rich and without superpowers.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early
You are as precious to me as you were to your own mother and father. I swore to them that I would protect you, and I haven't.
the twilight's last gleam?
The mayor's gonna dump him in the spring.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
But he's a hero.
A war hero. This is peacetime.
You think this can last? There's a storm coming, Mr. Wayne. You and your friends better batten down the hatches. Because when it hits, you're all gonna wonder how you ever thought you could live so large and leave so little for the rest of us.
What does that mean?
Rise.
When Gotham is ashes, you have my permission to die.
Sleepy Hollow is a thriller movie inspired in the old legend of the Headless Horseman. The plot of the movie follows the police constable Ichabod Crane. He is sent from New York City to investigate a series of brutal murders in the village Sleepy Hollow by a mysterious Headless Horseman. Crane begins his investigation remaining highly skeptical about the supernatural elements in the case until he encounters the Headless Horseman himself. Boarding a room at the home of the town's richest families, the Van Tassel, Crane develops an attraction to their daughter Katrina. Delving further into the mystery with the aid of Orphan, Crane discovers within the Western worlds the Horseman grave, as well as his entry point into the natural world from the supernatural. During the story, Crane finds the Horseman's skull is missing and eventually uncovers a murky plot revolving around revenge and land rights with the Horseman controlled by Katrina's stepmother Lady Van Tassel. Following a fight, Crane eventually thwarts Lady Van Tassel's plans by returning the skull to the Horseman, who regains his head and heads back to Hell with his slumber. Finally, the little village of Sleepy Hollow stays in peace, and Cream with Katrina Van Tassel and the orphan returns to New York in for the new century. This movie is a way to enjoy a good story full of mystery, suspense, tension, and excitement about one of the most popular legends of terror.
Yes.
So, 2 persons murdered. Is anyone suspected?
Constable, how much have your superiors explained to you?
Only that they were slain, their heads found severed.
Their heads were not found severed. Their heads were not found at all.
The heads are gone.
Taken. Taken by the headless horseman.
We have murders in New York without benefit of ghouls and goblins.
You're a long way from New York, Constable.
Murder needs no ghost to come from the grave. The assassin is a man of flesh and blood, and I will discover him.